Hello there, guys. What is going on? Son of Chelsea back here again. I'm on holiday, so apologies about the audio and the video. But I have to say, I've had an incredible holiday so far, and Chelsea. Well, I've got to be honest. Behind the scenes, internet went down here, so I saw the first 60 minutes. I think, if I'm right, I saw the Thiago Silva goal. The internet went down. I missed the N'Golo Kante goal. But then I got it back to see the Rudiger goal. So I saw most of the game, and I was able, thanks to my mate and colleague at Football London, Adam Newson, to sort of give me the heads up on what was going down. But I guess my overall reaction is Chelsea looked like a legit team because we faced some difficulties in that first half. Tottenham tried to press Chelsea quite high, which is unexpected. I thought Spurs were going to sort of do a counter-attacking job, and we weren't really clicking in that first half. There were a few times when we got through, in particular Mason, quite a poor pass, quite a poor decision, and I think we can get to him because, of course, he was taken off at half-time. But we come out in the second half. Kante's put on the pitch. Was a little bit surprised he wasn't starting the game, to be honest. Tuchel changes it up, and within 5 or 6 minutes we're 1-0 up. Thiago Silva, who I thought was absolutely brilliant today, and has been brilliant so far this season. He's been so dominant. It just shows you the depth we've got. Once again, I think it's just a consistent narrative I've constantly said of why I just didn't think we needed to recruit in the centre-back position. That's something that needs to be maybe done in the future, but Thiago Silva has been absolutely brilliant. And of course, it's exemplified by the fact he scores the opening goal with a brilliant header, an out-swinging corner. Because I've noticed that our corners have been a little bit different this year, like a lot of in-swinging corners. That was an out-swinging corner from Marcos Alonso that then was, of course, headed in by Thiago Silva. And it just completely, I think, knocked the wind out of Spurs and I think that crowd, I think they were so buoyant, in that first 15-20 minutes to try and get Son in the game, to try and get Kane, Lo Celso as that front three, trying to pin our three back, sort of, and isolate them. But Chelsea are just so mature now. I think that what Tuchel has been able to do, it kind of felt to me, I know we have won there in the last two visits, like I think we've scored, 5 goals against them, 5 or 6 goals against them in the 3 visits to their new stadium. They haven't scored any against us, and that's with Frank and Tuchel. But at the same time, I think that what you've seen so far from Chelsea is they don't have to be at their best. And I don't want to throw out all the cliches in September of like champions performance, but it's that sort of thing, very mature old school Chelsea performances where just have to be good in little spells in these big games, and it is a big game despite where Spurs currently sit and their struggles. They've still got Harry Kane, they've still got Son, they've still got a full crowd, and Chelsea just look like a side you have to do a lot to beat us now, and so ruthless and efficient with what we're doing now in terms of really picking up those moments when we do dominate games, we score, and you saw that last week against Aston Villa. Despite all of Aston Villa's brilliant moments in the game, the moment Lukaku gets in, he scores. And today, Lukaku didn't have the best game, he wasn't really able to get into the game, but we're efficient with our chances, and I think that's the difference now with Chelsea is I don't think we need to be amazing and be the most expressive team, and that's a good thing. We all want those dominant performances where we're going to bash a team 4-0 because of the attacking talent we have, but the fact that Tuchel, and I think it's a big thing for me that we've got Anfield away, the Emirates away and Spurs away, all done before October. We haven't lost in any of those games. We drew at Anfield with 10 men. It really has been an amazing start to the season, and it needed to be. If Chelsea want to keep pace with Manchester United, who won, Liverpool, who won, Man City dropped points yesterday, it's all of those things that I think are so impressive. And you've got so much competition in this squad. Ben Chilwell has not gotten a look in so far, and I was a little bit concerned about Marcos Alonso's form, but I thought today was really good. You could see in that first half, despite Spurs' good start, you could see that the wing backs were starting to get up the pitch, and I felt Alonso, it's one of those unexpected things. I think Alonso and Kovacic, 2 players that I probably wouldn't have expected at the start of the season to be so huge, I think, in Tuchel's plans. The fact that Tuchel took off Mason Mount at half-time instead of taking off maybe Mateo Kovacic, keeping it the same. He goes to a 5-3-2. Timo Werner got off the bench. I noticed he sets up Rudy's goal. His general performance, I think it's one of those things, once again, where it's unfair on Timo. He hasn't had a lot of Chelsea football this season since the Palace game, but still doubt his sort of influence in this team, but even if we can say that maybe the front three doesn't look as fluid as it should, or other things and other selection issues, that maybe we're sort of concerned about, it doesn't really matter because people are stepping up and scoring, and it's such a privilege that Tuchel has, that he has this big squad, and Chelsea just efficiently going about their business. Another big thing that just got swept under the rug was no Edouard Mendy. I mean, what a big loss. Mendy has been incredible for the past year, and I think it's really nice for Kepa that he comes in. Sorry if there's traffic outside. The great thing for Kepa is he comes in, and despite maybe those fears of a few shaky moments, I remember a ball in the first half got crossed in by Spurs on the left hand side, and I think he maybe spilled it a little bit and claimed it, but there was a one-on-one with Son. I think Kepa was really brave, came out, claimed it, and other than that, Spurs really didn't look at our goal. And I think once again it's the back three. Christensen, I wrote a piece about him last week, how wrong I was about him, how mature he is now as a defender. Thiago Silva is just exemplary, one of the best in the business. And of course Antonio Rudiger, who scores and rounds off the day for Chelsea perfectly and makes it a complete destruction of Spurs, basically. We know the form of Antonio Rudiger. He is in the form of his life. He really is. And you can understand why he wants a massive contract, because, this is the peak of his career. So, all round, you've got guys like Gary Neville on commentary who are so confident about Chelsea, about what we're going to do in the title race this year. We're facing, obviously, Man City next Saturday, which is a heavyweight clash. And I'm very excited. I'm actually going to be at Stamford Bridge for that game to see what is, many people believe, probably the top two teams in England right now, or at least, what you'd consider to be the favourites for the Premier League title against, I guess, the most favoured challengers. I think all the top four currently, Man City, Chelsea, Liverpool, Man United, despite issues, I think that is going to be the top four this year. Nothing so far this season, despite how early it is, has sort of made me think any differently. I think that just the quality in all of those squads, even if all of those teams have difficulties within games, I just think they're going to be a level above everyone else. And you saw it with Spurs today. It's a bit like when Chelsea playing Spurs and Arsenal. Those are two games that are big for the fans. But Chelsea on the pitch, the way it's played out on the pitch, just casual games that Chelsea have made Spurs and Arsenal look like mid-table teams. They've looked no match for Chelsea, and that's the level Tuchel has taken Chelsea to in a short period of time. So I'm so confident, I'm happy, I can go and celebrate my holiday now even more and just enjoy what is this Chelsea team at the moment, because they just look so confident, no matter the rotations, no matter the players that Tuchel brings in and out, no matter maybe the lack of fluidity in that attacking front three that maybe I'm sure on social media people will really pick out. We've just battered Spurs 3-0, and that's always something to celebrate. So I'm sure you'll give me your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you guys for watching. Up the Chelsea, and I will see you again.